Hi guys, let's wait a couple of minutes before we start our webinar, so other viewers can also join us. While we are waiting, you can write in the chat about your experience with push ads. It will be a really interesting to read then. Let me know if you can see and hear as well. Please write in the chat if everything is okay. So let's start. My name is Daria Maychuk. I'm head of customer service at RichAds Advertising Network. I have at least 5 years of experience in affiliate marketing. I worked with all verticals and know how to help clients to achieve their goals. And now we are going to discuss a hot topic. Why do you need a Postback integration and how to set up Postback using tracker volume? We ask our partners and great experts in tracking solutions from Volume to share their knowledge with us. Please welcome Radoslav Schneider. Hi Radoslav, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great and nice to see you all today.
Nice to see you too. Great, we are really happy that you are joining us today. Okay, what we are going to do the next hour? Let's have a look at our agenda. We are going to discuss advantages of using a tracker from both sides, how to protect your campaigns from bot traffic, tutorial how to set up conversion tracking in Volume, tutorial how to set up conversion tracking in RichAds, and campaign setup. Then we will answer your questions during the Q&A session. Please type your questions in our chat and mark who you want to answer them. Have a note, after the webinar, you can watch it once again on YouTube. We will send you a link via email. Watch the webinar till the very end to get the bonuses from RichAds and Volume. Let me start my part about the advantages of using a tracker. I'm going to explain why using a tracker is a much more profitable tactic than not using it and what possibilities it gives. I'd like to start my speech with a couple of words about RichAds. RichAds is an advertising network that provides different kinds of traffic for affiliates. Push and in-page push, calendar push ads, pops and direct clicks ads. We have 5 billion ad impressions a day and give our affiliates different tools for optimization. On the next slide, you can see the best geos and verticals for April at RichAds Advertising Network, but I'm not going to focus on it. Our main topic today is a little bit different. So have a look at the chat. You will find the link to the article with the latest updates about our verticals and geos there. You can read it later. And now we are going to return to our main topic. Why do you need a Postback integration and how to set up Postback using tracker Volume? If you're not familiar with the term, a Postback, it is integration between the advertising network and the CPA network in one place, in the tracker. Why do we speak about Postback? Push ads, for example, is a very specific traffic source. They need a special tool to work with. From our side, we can see that ad campaigns that use Postback integration are much more profitable. So today we will discuss trackers and all hot questions about them. I'd like to start my speech from the main ad formats that RichAds Advertising Network provides, push ads. Ordinary push ads are received by the people who have been subscribed to push ads at some websites. The user leaves the website and starts to receive ads via browser technologies. This ad format has a huge audience, but has one small disadvantage. It can't be sent to iOS users. So if you want to reach iOS devices, use in-page and calendar push ads. They are available for this audience. In-page push is a mix of a push and ad banner. Any user can see it by visiting some website. They don't require a subscription and work a little bit different than usual push ads. This format gives an opportunity to find new potential clients. A calendar push ads is a notification from the calendar app. This is a pretty new ad format that shows high conversion rate. Our managers can tell you more about it. There is one specific thing that any marketer should know. Google Analytics won't work correctly when you show your ads on push ads. Normally, push ads are sent via browsers and not connected to the actual page, so this one counts the visit when the page opens. Advertisers can't even see on which pages push notifications will appear, so the amount of clicks on your ads won't be shown correctly. So Google Analytics is a good tool, but it doesn't work with push ads, unfortunately. But Ad Tracker does. RichAds also offers pop and direct click ads that have much in common. Both look a full landing page with advertising. Pop ads have significant traffic volumes, millions of impressions each day. RichAds has 30 million ad impressions a day for pop ads. Can you imagine that you analyze these huge dozens of information using only Google tabs? So this is another argument for using a tracker. What else the Postback integration between the CPA network, tracker, and ad network can give? First of all, Postback integration gives great possibilities on the ad platform. It allows to get all the data in one place, to use automated tools, and to set up target CPA that allows full automated optimization. And the more important thing is when the advertisers set up Postback integration, they can ask managers for the help. Any affiliate marketer can get a personal manager after the deposit of $500. Our managers can give a piece of advice about ad campaigns, prepare white lists and creatives, set up automated rules and microbidding, help with choosing the best bid cost, and so on. Let's have a closer look into these two features that I have mentioned before. Automated rules feature can be set up only if you use Postback integration. To make it work, the ad platform needs to see conversions and where they come from. Automated rules is a built-in RichAds feature that allows you to automatically optimize a campaign according to specified rules. You can still optimize it manually, but this function will save your time. These rules can add sources to whitelist or blacklist without your participation. You set up them and the platform do all the job. There are two main strategies that our advertisers use: to blacklist sources if they don't bring any conversion, and to blacklist sources if they bring too expensive conversions. You can see the examples on the slide. There you can see that we set up both of these strategies. The first line is about expensive conversion, and the second line is about the sites that didn't bring us any conversions. Set up at least two rules because our system needs two set it up rules to work well. Let's have a look into the case study where automated rules were used. We had a campaign with target CPA $10. For 77 days, this ad campaign was run without automated rules. Then we set up the next rules for the websites. On the slide, you can see that in the blacklist, we will add the sites with CPA more than $15 and the sites without any conversion, but we spent $10. They will be blacklisted and the statistics will check last 7 days and it will repeat every hour. On the next slide, you can see the sources that have been added to the blacklist according to our rules. It took 15 minutes for manager to set up them. You can see the websites that doesn't bring conversion and the sources that bring too expensive conversions. Our target CPA was $10, and here you can see conversions that cost $23 and $9 or $15. The second site will be also added to blacklist as it didn't bring any conversion, but it spends $54. Let's have a look into results. The rules were set up on the 15th of April, so look at results for 16th of April. See how the amount of conversions have grown and the price get low. So automated rules is a great way to save your budget and time. We have one more feature, target CPA, that is also available when you have a tracker integrated with ad platform. You can set up the target CPA feature from the very beginning if you want to use a fully automated strategy from RichAds. No manual optimization is required here. Set up the budget and conversion cost that you're looking for, and the RichAds system will do all the optimization for you. All you need is to set up a tracker and turn on this feature while launching the ad campaign. Let's have a look in the case study to see how it works. We have two ad campaigns with the same gambling offer in the same geo, Nigeria. This ad campaign was run on Pop Ads. The top screenshot shows the example of ad campaign with target CPA turned on, and the second screenshot below shows usual ad campaign. You can compare the number of conversions and their costs. So we kindly recommend to set up conversion tracking to use trackers instead of Google Analytics and reach profits without any exhausting optimization work. On the slide, you can see the amount of conversions, media cost year CPA, it means the cost per action, and total spend. How much did you spend for this campaign? This is all I wanted to tell you from my side about why do you need to use a tracker in our ad platform. Then our guest Radoslav will tell you more about tracking solutions themselves and how to set up Postback properly. Hi Radoslav, it is your time to speak. Are you ready to start?
Hello, yes, sure. Just let me share my screen with all the attendees. So once again, I am Radoslav, and on a daily basis, I work for the Volume Tracker as a technical account manager. And usually I'm dealing with untypical cases and configurations for our customers. So let's proceed. What actually is a volume besides the tracking device? Because as you probably know, it's an ad tracker. But besides this, we can also help you to optimize and to automate your ad campaigns from many different traffic sources, or even from your partners or affiliates or your own source of traffic. As you can see, the reason of having the ad tracker is to combine all the data you gather from different traffic sources in one place. Why is it important? So first thing first, it's a big time saver. You don't have to click through different platforms, logins, and credentials to see the data live. Also, different platforms and different analytical programs have different namings and metrics, which might be confusing to compare. It's hard to compare Facebook campaign and Google Ads campaign and RichAds campaign, as all of those platforms are using different namings and metrics. So Volume is the one to show you all, so you can combine and gather the data in one place, just to have it segregated and contemporary. So also using our features, main features, which might be useful for you, like the traffic distribution AI, or A/B testing, or rule-based targeting, or IP user agent filtering, you can also change the number of unwanted visits and help to get to know better your campaigns and your visitors. And also, thanks to our automated rules, you can save hours and hours of analytical work because our AI and algorithms will do it for you. So, what you need to be aware of when promoting anything on the internet. So, first of all, those are the visits from the most known suspicious site lists, the known data centers and IP addresses of some bots and crawlers, sudden lacks of performance, uneven traffic, unusual peaks in impressions and clicks, abnormally low time spent on page, high bounce rates, or unknown referral traffics. Those all might be a sign that your campaign is not performing very well and that you should get more protection for your traffic and your promoted URLs. Also, thanks to our features, you can set up conditional strategies to block those unwanted traffics from your campaigns to save your time and also save your money. Thanks to our anti-fraud kit, you can also detect how many unique visits you have and how many of them are potentially unwanted. So now, not to waste your time on my talking, I would like to show you our volume platform and just show you from A to Z how to set up a real simple campaign using RichAds and an offer. So this is basically your volume panel where we have different elements like campaigns, offers, landers, flows, traffic sources, and affiliate networks. Those are probably very well known by all of you already. Actually, in volume, we only need 3 basic mandatory elements to start our tracking. So we need to specify our traffic source, so where the visits come from. We need to specify our offer, so what actually we are going to promote, and we need to create a campaign which will bind together those two and create for us a universal tracking link. So let's start from the traffic sources. It's as easy as just few clicks to add your traffic source and just to look up our already predefined templates for RichAds. You need to choose either a pop or push campaign. Now you need to hit next and you need to provide a unique name for this element. So I will add today's date. And as you can see, all the RichAds specific parameters are already predefined in here, so you don't need to worry about any verticals. Also, your postback is already predefined, so you don't need to create anything or manually type in anything. This is already done for you, so you only need to hit save. Now we need to go to the offer, which is actually the website we are going to promote. So I will create a new offer from the scratch. I need to provide a name for it, also to recognize it among our other entities in volume, and we need to specify a URL. Here's the tricky part. When promoting any third-party offers or any affiliate network offers which support postback, we need to provide an offer owner with a unique click ID value. This unique click ID value will be then returned by the offer owner whenever conversion happens. Whenever we need to do it, we need to break the URL and add any offer owner specific parameter, let's call it a click, and connect it with our dynamic click ID token. This way, whenever anyone lands on the offer URL, Volume will generate the click ID value for you, and we will store it for 180 days in our database because this is our conversion window. As you can see, there are other tokens in here, so we can provide the offer owner with any additional piece of information, either variables provided by the traffic source or any parameters measured by the volume itself, like the OS version, country, city, or referrer domain or device. It's up to us what kind of information we wish to share with the offer owner and which we need to keep to ourselves. Also, Volume by default will generate a simple postback template which you need to provide to your offer owner. So I will copy it right now and just write it down in my notepad. It will be necessary in a moment. Right now, I can simply save my offer and I can proceed with the last step, which is creating a campaign. So once again, I'm creating a simple campaign where the very important part is to choose a correct traffic source. Whatever traffic source we choose in here determines the final URL because it will be containing the traffic source specific parameters and tokens. So I will name my campaign. I will set up my flow. As you can see, it could be either listicle with 3 steps, or landers and offers with 2-step campaign, or just a simple redirect campaign to offers only. In this case, I will choose offers only and hit save. Whenever I do this, the general tracking campaign URL is created for you. So I will copy it and I will show you how it is constructed. Basically, there is a volume tracking domain. Then we have a unique campaign ID only known to you. And then we have traffic source specific parameters. And when you provide it on the traffic source side, they will dynamically replace those square brackets with actual values. For the purpose of today, I will just show you how it works by providing those values manually. So here I will put my short name. Here I will type just test 1, and as a creative ID, I will use 1, 2, 3, 4. Very simple. So right now I can just copy the whole URL and open it in the browser. As you can see, whenever I go through the URL, I'm landing on the offer I have provided previously, but the click value is replaced with an actual unique value. So whenever I enter the same URL again, the value under the parameter is different. Also, when I just close my campaign and I refresh my data, you could already see my first visit recorded in our reports, and it is also determined as unique visit. What is important in here, we are taking 2 conditions under measurement for defining the uniqueness of the visit. We capture the IP of the visitor and his user agent. So whenever the same person using the same browser enters your campaign again within 24 hours, it will be just counted as non-unique visits. So if I refresh the data once again, you can see that the total number of visits is 2, but the unique visit is only 1. What is also important, whenever I go into the granular reports in volume, we get to know our actual audience better. First, we need to choose the time range for our campaign. It could be either today, yesterday, or any custom period of time. And we can group our verticals and parameters of the visit in what we call 3-dimensional grouping. So we can either use volume-specific verticals like the city, browser, brand, day, IP, or the OS version, or we can take under consideration the variables provided by the traffic source. So right now I will use the 3 first variables which I have manually put in, and I will hit apply. Now we can see that the campaign ID which I provided was Radek, the campaign name was test1, and the creative ID was 1234. So we have granular data broken into those specific parameters. And as you can see, we already have this campaign marked as suspicious. Why? Because half of the visits were not unique. So this is not the 100% information that your traffic is valid, but it is a simple indicator which may tell you what to pay attention to. What is also interesting, whenever any of the verticals or offers would be profitable, this little gray indicator would be either a plus on a green field when it's profitable, or red with small minus if it's unprofitable. So it's easier to look up the verticals or niches which are the best performing for you. So you could either cut out the traffic which is not performing, or look for the patterns how to improve your traffic, or maybe do the better day targeting or hour targeting or device targeting or operating system targeting to improve and scale your campaigns. But what is also important in the case of offer advertisement is the conversion tracking. So in Volume, we have 2 basic ways of conversion tracking: the pixel, which is a cookie-based solution, quite simple but not quite reliable, and also the postback. The postback is server-to-server communication. So whenever we have an offer from the third-party provider, we can give him our Postback template, which also uses your tracking domain in volume, and there is only one mandatory parameter that needs to be provided in order to record conversion correctly, which is click ID. Simply, whatever we provide in the visit URL needs to be replaced and returned back to us in the incoming postback. So I will now manually replace it with an actual value. And there are also additional parameters which we can provide within the postback, like, for example, transaction ID. If we have any kind of upsells or few events performed by the same visitor, whenever we have a unique transaction ID, it will not be treated as a duplicate. We can also provide our payout value. So in this case, I will type 15, and the currency could be either set up in the postback or in the offer settings. And also we can specify the type of conversion, like for example, purchase or whatever we pre-configure in volume. We can set up to 20 different custom conversion types.
Sorry, maybe we have technical issues. Radoslav will contact us soon. Maybe it is a problem with connection. He will return to us and he will continue his speech about volume. I also would like to mention that we understand that we will give you a lot of new information today. So while we are waiting and while Radoslav will tell his speech and when I will show you our account, you can write all the questions you have in our chat. And after his speech and after my speech, we will answer your questions. While we are waiting, Radoslav, we can start with questions, so we will not waste our time. Okay, let's start with questions. Which geo to choose with a budget of $500 for tests? I would like to say from my side that it depends on your offer. It depends on the vertical that you would like to test, but with a budget $500, you can start, for example, with cheap countries and understand how they're performing, and then you can scale with top geos. The minimum budget on our platform is $30. So, for example, if you have your CPA goal $1, it can be enough to test at least for one campaign 10 conversion to understand how your offer works. So I would like to say that $500, it can be enough to test some geos and to test some offers to understand how they're working. Why Postback is most effective options for conversion tracking? I know that a lot of users use Google Analytics, and I have mentioned before that it is good tool, but it doesn't work very well with push ads. Push ads are sent via browsers and not connected with actual page. So Google Analytics count the visits when the page opens. From our side, we recommend to use any tracker that you can. Volume is a good option, and when Radoslav will return us, he will tell you more about what options you can use in Volume, and it is a really good tool for analytics. Okay, the next question. Mhm. In what, 1 minute? Do all campaigns need automated rules? From my side, I will tell you more what it is. I will show you how you can set up them. But yeah, automated rules, they're very good. Because if your CPA goal is really low, you will not waste your time to check all sites, all publishers to add them to blacklist. For example, your CPA goal is zero point 0.1, and you need to check all sites and publishers that spend more than this sum without any conversion. But automated rules can do it without your participation, and you will not waste your time to check these sites and add them in blacklist. So yeah, my answer will, yes, it will be really good if you can add them in all campaigns. And if your CPA goal is higher, you can set up these rules for bigger period, and you can turn off them. I will ask another question while we're checking and while we're waiting, Radoslav. How do automated rules? Oh, Radoslav is here.
Hello, guys. Sorry, really sorry, but my internet provider is not the most reliable one. Daria, if you could just tell me on which stage did you lose me, because I was on my flow and I don't know what was the last thing you could hear from me.
You show us the link and how you change the parameters.
All right. So I will get back to it, and I will just share my screen with you again. So now you can see exactly the postback configuration, which I have done. And I have also manually fired it in my browser to mimic the conversion from an offer owner. As you can see, nothing especially interesting happened in here because this is just a simple endpoint request we are doing back to our volume servers. But what is interesting in here, once we refresh the data, just after few seconds, you can see already one conversion recorded. And there is this small indicator I've been talking about showing us that this campaign is profitable because the cost recorded for it so far is 0 and my profit is $15. It's whatever I have specified in the postback URL. Also, as my event type specified in the postback was purchase, I also have a segmented information that the purchase conversion happened. Again, getting back to our granular reports, I can see which exact verticals and which exact visit parameters performed the conversion. So it is attributed correctly to our first initial visit. What is interesting in here that I have shown you only a simple campaign creation with one offer. As I've mentioned, we can do the AI splitting or A/B testing in volume. So if you need to verify which of your offers perform the best, you can simply add few of them to your flow and either divide them equally, or you can manually specify how much of the traffic from the campaign will go to which offer. Also, if we convert our campaign to advanced form, we can set up so-called rule-based paths where we can redirect visitors based on the visit parameters. So, for example, I can create a simple rule which will be called unique, and my condition will be the uniqueness of the visit. So whenever the visit is unique, I can redirect my visitor to a certain path. And whenever those conditions are not met, all the other traffic is redistributed to the default path. And as you can see, also within the default paths, I can create and divide the traffic. I can set up to 50 rule-based paths with each one sending to different landers and offers or offers only or listicles, and up to 50 different default paths, which ends up that within just one tracking URL from volume, you can have over 3,500 possibilities of redirecting your visitors dynamically by our algorithms based on the conditions you set up. What is also interesting, you don't need to dig into your granular reports manually. You can save a lot of time using our auto rules. So I will show you a simple example. I will set up a really simple rule. So I'm creating new role. I will call it alert, and I can specify if I wish to send an alert per offer, per a specific dimension or vertical from the traffic source, or per specific campaign. So I will choose all campaigns from my RichAds traffic source. I can choose whether I want to send this alert to my mobile or desktop or through my email. I can select which volume users should be notified, and I can go to the conditions section. So I'm setting up a simple rule which will tell me whenever the number of visits is higher or equals 1000 and number of recorded conversions is lower or equals 100, which in simple word means my ROI is around 10%. This is not very good result. So for those conditions, I want Volume to notify me to take a look into a specific campaign. I can also choose my time frame and frequency. For example, I would like Volume to test last 48 hours of my campaign and do this check every 4 hours, excluding one last hour because it might be unreliable in the terms of 48 hours of traffic. So whenever I save it, it's by default enabled in here. And right now in 4 hours, we will do the checkup of the last 2 days of our campaign. So from my point of view, the last thing I would like to show you is this automatic reporting back to the traffic source. So if I get into the granular reports of a campaign again, I can look up all my conversions recorded. So I can see which conversion type I have recorded, what was the traffic source for it, when the initial visit took place, and when the conversion actually happened. I can also see some specifics from the traffic source, volume unique click ID, the transaction ID and the revenue, and also I can see that by default outgoing postback URL, so Volume will trigger this immediately after recording a conversion so that RichAds will know that for this visitor with their unique external ID converted. So their algorithms can then help you to target your audience better based on those provided metrics. And from my side, this is actually all, and I'm giving mic back to Daria.
Thanks a million, Radoslav, for all this information. I think it will really help our advertisers to set up Postback properly, and they will understand how it is important to create the campaigns with ad platform with Postback. Okay, I would like also to mention again, you can also, during all our speech, ask the questions in chat, and we will ask them during Q&A session. Now I would like to start my part. I would like to show you our account and how you can use the link from Volume on our site. Okay, it is our account RichAds. In the field tracking, you can see what pluses do you have when you use Postback. It is automated rules, micro bidding, target CPA, or auto CPA. We will click here, Setup Tracker. And now I will show you, 1 minute, please. And now I will show you all tracking system with which we are integrated with. It is Volume, Binom, Kitaro, Bimop, per click. You can click here and read how you can set up Postback on the site of Volume. You can give us information about main conversions or approved and approved conversion. It means you can give us information about 2 actions. Main conversion, it can be lead, order, email submit, install, registration. Approved conversion, it can be lead approved, purchase, sale, deposit. It can be good for the offers that needs two actions, for example, gambling or betting. When we have the link from volume, we can test it to understand how it works. Was it set up correct? Because if it was set up incorrect, you can waste your budget. So when you have the link from volume, you can go here and you can see test conversion tracking. This link you should put here and then click make a conversion. After this action, you will go to your landing page and do test conversion. When you did it, you return to this page and click refresh. When you click refresh, in conversion counter, you will see one conversion registered in the last 5 minutes. So when you understand that it is good, that it is working, you can create a campaign. And we are sure that our link is good. Today, in our webinar, I would like also to tell you how you can set up the campaign with us and what options and what features you can test when you have Postback. Today, we will see how we can set up the campaign. It will be the campaign, it will be the offer for Nutra. It will be diet offer for India. I can also say that if you would like to test Nutra offers, you can get them in Dr. Cash. It is really good affiliate program to get the offer, and it really shows good results. For example, in India, that's why I will show you how you can set up this campaign. Here, in campaign name, you can write the name of the campaign that you would like to use. When you create the campaign with volume, you can use the same name. So it will be really comfortable for you to check the results of this campaign because the names will be the same. Or you can use another name that will be good for you, will be comfortable. Optimization strategy, what it means and how to work with it. Target CPA or manual CPC. Target CPA, it is a model. It is a model which with which our system will optimize the campaign instead of you. You need only to set up your target your CPA goal and to set up budget. And our system will analyze the statistics and add a blacklist and add micro bidding in the fields. So you will not waste your time and you will get more conversions with good price. Today, I will tell about manual CPC and also would like to say you about difference about these models. Manual CPC, from my side, it will be good to start with. Manual CPC, no, target CPA will optimize your campaigns only with blacklist and micro bidding. But you need to understand before this option how the offer works. You need to understand how the landing pages works, how pre-landing works, and creatives. Target CPA will not do it. So manual CPC is good to start when you understand that you have great pre-landing pages and creatives, so we can scale with this option. Or if you have opportunity, you can create the two campaigns, one for manual CPC, then duplicate it and turn on target CPA option. Target CPA option will be available only when you test your link and you will assure that you have Postback. So I will start with manual CPC. Creatives. Creatives. We have two models of impression priority buy. It is CTR and CVR. What it means? CTR. The system will send the traffic to the creative that has the highest CTR. And CVR, our system will send more traffic to the creative with the highest conversion rate. These two options are good, and you can test them in other campaigns to understand how it will be better for you. I can recommend to start with CTR. Then in destination URL, we need to put the link from volume, the link with our tokens. The main our token is click ID. so you will be sure that you send us information about your conversions. Title and message. Title and message should be really good to give opportunity to do action. So they should be different, and you need to use emojis. It will be really good, and you will increase your CTR. Icon and banner image. Here it will be good to use some images, for example, with the ladies before and after. It will be really good. Also, I can recommend to test in one campaign at least 5 or 10 creatives to understand how they work. Also, it will be better to use different creatives. So if you don't have any creatives, our designers can help you with it. They will prepare great creatives, and it will be our free option, and they will be ready in 1 day. Also, I can share you that we have a pack for all creatives. They will be for all verticals. You can only load them and you can check them. Here you can see how will be creative look for mobile and here for desktop. For mobile, the user will see only the icon, and for desktop, they will see icon and banner. Targeting country. Here you should put the country that you would like to target. For my case, it will be India because it's offer for India. We also have targeting for regions and cities. It is really good because some regions have, in one country, have different languages. It can be for India, Hindi and English. So if you offer needs, you can choose the region that will be good for you. I would like also to mention that now we can create one campaign only for one country, as CPC for countries are different. Devices. You can create the campaign for different devices, for mobile, for desktop. From my point of view, it will be really better if you have opportunity to test different devices in different campaigns, as CPC for devices are different. And I will start with mobile device because we have more traffic for this device and the results are really good here. If you have opportunity, you can create the campaign for mobile and duplicate it. But before that, you can ask your manager about CPC, as they're different. Here you can see, okay, I will speak about it later, impressions cap and clicks cap. Why it is important? I recommend to use 1 click per day and 1 impression per day. It is important because we need unique users, so it will be really good to use 1 per 1 day. Or if you would like to, you can use 1 impression or 1 click per 7 days to have more. Cost per click. Here you can see recommended CPC and top bid. Recommended CPC for India now will be 0.01. I can recommend you to start with recommended CPC with the average CPC because you don't know how your offer works and you need to test it first. So then when you have your first results, you check the statistics and you see that some sources are better than others, you can increase the CPC for the particular source or in any case, decrease CPC. And here you should put your CPA goal. It is a CPA that you would like to get. In my case, it will be $1. Budget. It will be really better to use the budget per day. If you will start with unlimited budget, you can waste all your money in 1 day and you will not have any time to optimize the campaign. You don't know how the offer works. So I can recommend to start per day. The minimum budget on the platform is $30, and for target CPA, it will be $50. I would like to start with $50 as I will have more statistics. I will see more information about sites, publishers, sources that give me good results, and I will think how I will optimize it and then scale. And ASAP and even what it is. ASAP, as soon as possible. You will get traffic faster, but it will be cheaper for you. Why it will be cheaper? Because if one advertiser will stop his campaign, you will get more traffic as you will win in the auction more traffic mobiles. And even it will spend traffic during the whole day, but your CPC will be the same the whole day. So it can be expensive for you. Advanced targeting. New subscribers only, what it is? It is a base of new users. These users see push notifications only the latest 7 days. If you would like to change this period, you can use another day, but you should ask your manager to help. And they can set up the campaign for 5 days or for 4 days. It depends on you. So if you turn on it, it will be cool, but I recommend to test in other campaigns. So one campaign can be for main base and another campaign to test new subscribers only. I will start with the main base. Then I will target my campaign on the latest Androids. I will start with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and browser. I will show you one thing. You can choose, here you can see all the browsers, but keep in mind that you should check the volumes of the browsers. Chrome shows really good results, that's why I choose it, but please check the volumes also. Browser language, it can be good if you targeting on the different regions, for example, as for India. And if you need it, you can choose this option. We also have targeting for connection type, career targeting, ISP, manufacturers, models. You can turn on mainstream only if you need only mainstream traffic. Sources. We have 4 categories of sources. It is premium, standard, remnant, and new. I can recommend to start with premium sources because they have really better results. They have high conversion rate, and it will be really good to start. When you open it, you can see that they include also the sources for iOS calendar traffic and in-page. So if your offer needs only iOS traffic, you can choose only these subscriber lists. And don't worry that you will not have enough traffic. Premium subscriber lists have really big volumes. They're really good. And if you understand that you would like to get more traffic from them, you can use micro-bidding option. And I will tell you soon what it means and how you can use it. Then our tools for optimization. It is whitelist, blacklist, and micro-bidding. I will start with blacklist. In blacklist field, you should put sites or publishers. It is a field for sites or publishers. If you put them, you will not get traffic from them. If you would like to turn off the whole subscriber list, you can do like this. Okay, whitelist. Whitelist, it is good, but I would like to mention that it will be good for the offer that can be live only 3 or 5 days because they can burn out faster. The same audience will be here. And if you would like to set up the campaign for whitelist, you should understand that you need to change creatives every 1 or 2 days. As in usual campaign for blacklist, we need to change the creatives maybe every 3 or 5 days to keep CTR high. And micro-bidding. Micro-bidding option, it is an option to change the bid for particular source. For example, if this source give me bad results, I can decrease the bid for it and I will get cheaper conversions. And in other case, if the source brings me good results, I can increase the CPC for it. So I will have more volumes from it and more conversions. And automated rules. It is better to use 2 automated rules, 2 rules. One rule will be for expensive conversions. I don't want to turn off conversions that bring me results, but they were expensive. I can make them more cheaper. So my rules will be for publishers. If conversions is more than 0 and CPA is more than 2, then I will blacklist them and the statistics will check last 1 day and it will repeat every hour. When your CPA is higher this case, I can't change it with microbidding. So if you understand it, you can look them. And publishers for conversions that are accurate for their if spend is higher than 1 and 5, I will be also blacklisted these publishers because they didn't bring me any conversions and I don't want to waste my money for them. Also, we have schedule. If you need any schedule for your offer, you can set up it. For example, for this offer, we need it for 7 working days from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I can do like this. That's why I would like to tell you from my side about our account, about the campaign setup. If you have more questions about campaign setup, you can add them in our chat, and during our Q&A session, I will continue answer them. So now it will be the most interactive part. We will start our Q&A session. We have already picked some questions in the chat. Let me go through all of them and we will try to answer them. Radoslav, when you have the problems, we started the Q&A session, but now I will continue. When I have the question for you,
Sure.
I will ask you. Thank you.
Of course.
Great. So, Radoslav, can you tell us, please, what about price plans in volume? What to choose?
So this is actually quite complicated question because each case is different and also each campaign is different. So we have different basic plans, I would say, aimed to individual affiliates or to agencies promoting other customers' campaigns. And also, we are quite flexible in here. So whenever you need some basic options with some additional features, you can always purchase them as an add-on. So actually, to be honest with you, our prices are starting from around $60, $70 per month on a monthly basis. Of course, those prices might be lower if you wish to start with a quarterly or annual plan, up to even few $1,000s for agencies who wish to have all the features like anti-fraud kit, like Automizer, and also our plans are based on the number of events. And what is important, you need to know what events actually are in volume. So we are counting all the visits, all the click-throughs in the campaign, and all the conversions. The impression tracking is free of charge. And also, if you wish to have a full integration with a traffic source, we may base additional fees based on your monthly ad spend. So if you do 1 million ad spend per month, we would take around 0.4% of this ad spend, but we are also quite flexible in here. So talking about the prices without knowing the case exactly is quite hard. It's similar to asking how much would the car cost? And here it depends. Do you need a sports car with a lot of horsepower, or you need a truck to carry a lot of stuff? Depending on your needs, we will adjust our price to you based on what you need from us. If you tell us what your goals are or what you are struggling with, we will tell you which features would be necessary to help you optimize and scale up. But as I said, we are starting at around $60, $70 per month, up to sky is the limit.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, the next question. What inexpensive geo to try? It is also can be difficult question because it depends on your offer, but you can also ask your managers about our top geos for your offer. From my side, now I can say that good inexpensive geos are Thailand, Indonesia, India, Nigeria. They're also good and they give you good results, but it depends on your offer. So don't be shy, ask our managers, they will also help you. Why Postback is the most effective options for conversion tracking? Radoslav, you can also say, and I will add from my side.
Yeah, sure. So I will maybe cover it. Why is it important to use Postback? Simply as that, as you saw me presenting, I've just lost my connection and I received the 400 error on my browser because I didn't have internet. When using pixel conversion tracking, we are basing mostly on cookies. Depending on the offer owner and on the settings of your browser and the website, the lifetime of the cookie may differ. If you have the lifetime of the cookie based on the session, I would lost my conversion even if I made a purchase when I lost my connection. The postback actually is 100% cookie proof. It is based on the server to server communication. So whenever the unique string, in case of volume, it's click ID. In case of RichAds, it's also click ID, but we call it external ID as it is not ours. It is stored in the database. So even if the visitor lost connection, clears his cookies, changes his device, but he enters the campaign and he makes a conversion, so either registration or deposit or purchase or whatever, we communicate via endpoints. So the offer owner server sends a simple request to our endpoint. Even if anything is broken, we also have a response code. So whenever any of the servers have a breakout, the sender has an error message and can retrieve and retry send it after usually 15 minutes, 1 hour, 12 hours, etc. Even if some of your conversions are lost because of any server breakdown, they will be 100% resolved whenever the problem is solved and the servers are up. We are basing on the database, not on the browser information. This is why it is so important to use the postback feature to provide the information.
Yeah, got it. Cool. Really cool. Okay, and from my side, I can also say that it is really better to use Postback, and from our statistics, the better results have the campaigns with a Postback because our managers can also help you. They can check your campaign and tell you what sites you can exclude, what publishers you can exclude, because we understand that you have a lot of campaigns and it can be difficult for you to optimize all the campaigns, and it is our goal to help you to optimize them and scale. So with the postback, it will be really better and you can test all our features that will give you a good result. And the next question, can I track all the data of my campaign in Google Analytics?
So
You can
maybe
start.
I will refer to this. First thing first, you cannot track everything in Google Analytics. As Daria already mentioned, not all of the actions are possible to track with Google Analytics. And what is more important, Google Analytics is, in my opinion, as a tracker specialist, very good solution for any SEO campaigns because it's one of the most reliable tool to track, for example, the keywords on the or the interests of your viewers. Whenever we are talking about native advertising, which is quite different than the SEO and organic in this matter tracking, Google Analytics is not so reliable. First of all, you don't get this granular reports with breakup through a campaign or through a vertical. Second thing, you don't get the live data. The most reliable data you get from Google Analytics is after at least 12 or 24 hours. We both know that within the digital marketing, 24 hours is the time when you can spend a lot of money and not get any results. This is why it is so important to have server-based live tracking, and by live I mean immediate or within few seconds, because whenever something strange happens to your campaign with unlimited budget and it's running for 24 hours, and then you log into your Google Analytics and manually find that something happened, you may lose half of your month's budget for the actual advertising before you react. If you are using a live tracker, you can get message immediately, and by immediately I mean after 1 minute of something happening wrong, to stop your campaign or to block it or to change your bidding, change your targeting, change your CPA. And we have a lot of use cases like this where someone got scammed or competition took over their URLs and just created fake 18 million visits within 1 hour. Why is it so important to know? After just 3 minutes of this attempt, we already knew this, and the customer got a notification. So he blocked the traffic and actually redirected it to his fake honeypot lander. So the competition landed on the fake site, not seeing his actual landers, his content, his offers, and they thought that they are hurting him, but in fact they were just wasting their own resources. So this is why it's so important to have something else than the Google Analytics.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I also can tell that it is better to use tracking system because the statistics in Google Analytics can be incorrect because they count viewers. Yeah, thank you for all this information that you give us. Okay, the next question. How long does moderation usually take in RichAds? Moderation at RichAds usually take maybe only 5 or 10 minutes. It can be really, really fast. If you need to launch your campaign right now, you can ask your manager and they will help to do it faster, but it usually takes 5 or 10 minutes. If I use target CPA, which ROI value can I get? I would like to mention, I didn't say it before. Target CPA campaigns are good for the campaigns that have CPA is lower than $10. Our statistics start the optimization when we have $50 spent or 50 conversions. And if you have very, very low CPA, for example, 0.1, it will start optimization after the first 50 conversions. So the system do it very fast, and you can get the result really faster. And it can take maybe 1 or 2 days, but it depends on the statistics that we have about amount of conversions. And as I tell you before, you can test the campaigns in one time, one campaign for manual CPC and one campaign for target CPC. It is also great as we started target CPA with POPs traffic. So you can ask your managers and they will help you with POPs traffic and target CPA. It will be available soon, and it is available now. Okay. What is the best service plan inside RichAds you recommend? Professional. Professional, it is deposit $500. I can recommend to start with professional plan because you will have the manager who can help you with optimization. He can check all your campaigns. You can ask, please check my campaign. I would like to optimize it, and our manager will help you with it. Also, our managers can give you whitelist for your offers, the whitelist with subscriber lists, and this subscriber list will be really good for your geo and for your vertical. I also see this question in the chat that if our managers give the whitelist, yes, they give the whitelist, and they also tell you what offers are good, what geos are good. So you can also ask, only don't be shy. Radoslav, have you give a trial version or not?
Sorry, I think I have lost you for a moment. Could you please repeat the question?
So yes, sure. Have you do you give a trial version of volume or not? Do you hear me well?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, and do you hear me?
Yeah,
I
I
hear
can
you.
hear you right now. I'm switching. Yeah. Could you please repeat the last question because
Yeah,
yeah.
sure. Do you give a trial version of volume? Something about test period.
All right. So what was the last? Yeah. So it depends on the plan we are talking about. By default, we are not doing any free trials. And why? Because it is unable to do any actual test without using our infrastructure. Because with each volume account, you get the dedicated tracking domain, you get the servers, and actually you get access to our endpoints to track anything. So by default, we are not doing any free trials, but you can start with the lowest plan possible on a monthly basis, and you can change it any moment by contacting our salesperson, so enabling any additional feature which you would like to test on increasing your events limits monthly, or adding an account manager, or anything happens within just few minutes. So we usually advise which features you want to test and which features you want to enable on a monthly basis.
Maybe we have again some technical issues. I hope Radoslav will contact us soon. Oh. Yeah, sorry, it was a technical issue and we didn't hear your last words. Your last sentence. Okay, let's wait a couple of minutes, and if Radoslav can't connect us, I will continue with another what questions. Okay, I will continue, and when Radoslav will return, he will ask the question. He will continue his speech. Okay, I will find the other questions that can be good for me. I can share some information about RichAds with you. Tell me for now what geos are at the top. Again, it depends on the offer. You can also ask. Oh, hello, hello, Radoslav.
Hello, great.
Do
I
you
need
hear?
to post back because I would lost a lot of my data today.
Yeah, sorry. We continue with another question, but please continue. Continue your message. We didn't hear the last.
All right. So actually, as I mentioned, we don't do any free trials because testing anything needs our environment and our servers capacity. But as I said, we can start with the lowest plan with only the features you need. And if it happens that you need any additional features or some of them are not necessary for you, you can always change it just within few minutes because we are very flexible in here. So we'll create a custom plan for you. Actually, the salesperson would adjust it the best for you, knowing your case and knowing your needs and knowing your struggles within the digital advertising. If anything is unnecessary, you can always turn this off and switch your plan to another subscription. So we are very flexible in here and we always adjust our features to the customer. We of course have some basic plans, but I would say that really minority of our users are using those basic plans because each case is different, each advertising strategy is different, and it needs different solutions and a unique approach, I would say.
Okay, great. Thank you. I start with a question. Tell me for now what geos are at the top at the RichAds. So it really depends on the offer. It depends on the vertical. So it will be better to um, ask your personal manager and he will give you the last information. Also in the chat was the best geos and the best verticals that are good now. As for now, I can say that the best verticals are gambling, betting, crypto, antivirus, and for gambling, for example, it is really good to start with Africa, with Nigeria, but you can check all the information in the chat and we will send you in the email to this information. Can I start with manual CPC or is it better to start with target CPA? My answer will be it is better to start with manual CPC as you can test creatives and landing pages, but you can test these two campaigns in one time if you have Postback and if your CPA goal is lower than $10. Can account manager run campaigns on his own for me with target CPA feature? And I'm direct advertiser Forex. Yes, we have this feature and they can run your campaigns on their own. but it will be King plan. It will be the deposit more than $2,500 plus. And with this plan, our managers will prepare all the campaigns for you. They will prepare creatives, but it is our free option, and we give creatives for all our advertisers if they want. But they will prepare campaign. They will check the best settings for your campaign to get the best results. And yeah, they can run on their own. What type of push ads is it better to launch in 2022 web, in page, or calendar? Web push are always good if your offer is for Androids. There really shows good results, great results. We will show you information with which verticals, with which geos they are good. In page and calendar push ads are also very great. Calendar push ads they have high conversion rate as this format is new, and it will be really cool to test it for iOS users. Radoslav, I will find the question for you. And can you tell us how to protect your campaign from fraud?
So there are few ways actually. The first one is our anti-fraud kit, where we mark automatically or semi-automatically percentage of your traffic as suspicious. And also you can get into the granular reports of why we have marked it so. So if we can see some well-known websites or well-known lists of IPs and user agent, and we have a lot of those blacklists created, we will automatically mark it as suspicious. We can show you the well-known data centers or suspicious user agents or referrers, which are usually connected with any bots and crawlers. Also, we have few ways of protecting your campaigns per se. So either you can add something to blacklist, so it won't be allowed to get through your URL and will just end up on the 400 error. We have a tool called honeypot. So it is just a small piece of a script which you put on your landing page, which is invisible to an actual visitors, but is visible for all bots going through the website. So whenever the bot opens the fake link included into the honeypot, we already know that it was a bot or crawler, and we will not let him into the next step of your campaign. He will just land on our fake URL and we will report it to you. Also, we have a lander protection script, which is quite useful for any strict native advertising. Whenever you paste this script onto your landing page, if the visitor doesn't go from volume campaign URL, so someone just directly opens your lander, he will not see its content. It will be just big blank white page, so he cannot copy any of your content and he cannot go through your campaign not to fake any conversions. Also, if you set up your affiliate network, we can protect you from receiving fake conversions because we can set up a whitelist of IP ranges from which we will accept the postbacks from. So even if someone catches up your postback, which is quite impossible, if he fires it, it will not be recorded. It will be treated as a fake one if it's not added to the whitelist of the offer owner. Those are the main features. Of course, we have some few other small features, but those depend on your campaign's funnel and on your special case.
Thank you. Radoslav, we have a really interesting question. One our viewer, he doesn't have experience in trackers at all.
Yeah.
And he would like you as a manager. Do you manage the accounts in Volume, or you don't work with the users?
So I'm not a typical account manager in Volume. I'm a technical specialist, but yes, it is doable if you select a special plan and you request my personal assistance. I would say, warm you up for the first 1-2 weeks. So I will be your personal manager. I can guide you through Volume. I can guide you through Google Tag Manager if necessary. But then after 2 weeks, you will be forwarded. I don't know if it's good term for this, but I will introduce you to our constant account managers because I will know your case and I will know who I should introduce you to. We do it based on few conditions. First of all is the time zone, because some of us have children, some of us like working in different hours. So whenever you are, for example, located in the East USA, you will get a manager who likes to work within later hours to cover your working hour as much as possible so that you are not covered 1 hour a day. The second thing is based on what kind of campaigns you are running, which traffic sources you are running, and which offers you are advertising, because each of us specialize in different, I would say, aspects of affiliate marketing. So we will choose the best account manager for you, and after this initial warm up, you will get the best help that we can provide you with.
Thank you. Yeah, the next question will be, if there are difficulties, will the managers be able to help with a postback transfer? From our side, the managers, yes, they also help you. They can give you the tokens that you need, and you can also send us a screenshot from the volume, for example, and we will tell you what problems you can have. But we don't have this situation because we have integration with volume, and it is really, really easy to set up Postback. You should only find us as traffic source and choose, is it RichAds push or RichAds pops, as we are working with different models. And I'm sure that in Radoslav's side, in volume, managers also help.
Yes, actually, if you have also any custom traffic source or custom affiliate networks for which we don't have a predefined template, whenever you provide us either with the macros, dynamic tokens, or the documentation, we will tell you how to prepare an exact offer URL, so what it exactly should look like, and what you should provide to the offer owner as a modified volume postback. So also yes.
Great. All right. And we have one question. Is it possible to use cloaking in volume or not?
So basically, I need to use some diplomacy in here. We are a tracking solution. So whenever you are not breaking any laws and you are not promoting forbidden content and we do not get any alerts about it, we do not interfere with our customers' campaigns. It is just a tool as good as Excel, and whatever you put in the tracking solution is none of our business. This is part of our policy. We do not interfere, and actually we cannot make any changes to our customers' settings or configurations. We can look up on the backend how the campaign prospects, but we are unable from the technical point of view to make any changes because of our policy. So if you are using any kind of cloaker and you know how to do it, we do not interfere with our customers' performances. You are, as you, responsible for your actions in the internet.
Yeah, it is really makes sense. Okay, the second question. When setting up tracking links in volume, do we always have to manually set the conversion actions and earnings, or can that information be pulled from the affiliate network?
So you can either set it up manually as a fixed values, or all the parameters we have in the postback might be connected with the dynamic tokens or macros. So depending on the affiliate network about their structure and their infrastructure, I would say, and dynamic possibilities to pass the information, you can either manually specify the postback per each event type separately, or just use event dynamic token to parse it with our ET parameter. It depends on the case. You can do just one manual template to cover all the actions and all the events and all the information.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And the question, how the tracking systems are different. For example, what advantages has volume that other tracking system don't have? Maybe some features that other systems don't have.
So first thing first, we are 100% cloud-based. So you have access to your account from whatever place you wish, just by providing your credentials. We take care about the servers, we take care about the maintenance, and we take care about the database. So you don't have to worry about it at all. You don't need to hire developers or IT support to manage your servers for the tracking purposes or to have any database. Second thing, we have 6 different servers located on different continents. So whenever we have a breakage in one of them, because it happens, I will not lie to you, sometimes it happens, all the traffic gets redirected to the nearest server, so we can cover everything live and you don't even know about it. Also, we have many different features. As I've said, I think Volume is the longest on the market. So we have different customized features like anti-fraud kits, like the Automizer, like automated rules, rule-based paths based on the visit parameters. So we have very granular data, but besides only tracking, you can also optimize, scales, and automate your actions. For example, to save your time to go on vacation, you don't waste a lot of time analyzing your reports because our AI does it for you. So those are the main, I would say, features. And also our support. We have different levels of support. On the basic plans, there is an email support. So we have this tickets system. We have over 25 people working on those tickets from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Polish time. So we cover more of the time zones. During this, we also have dedicated account managers. We have live chat in panel, where if you have any simple questions or something seems wrong to you, you can connect with our specialist within just 2 minutes. And also we have the technical account managers who warm you up and dedicated account managers who take care about your campaigns, advise you, lets you know about our news, about new features, about improvements. And we can connect you with different representatives of different platforms. We can tell you how to scale up your campaign.
Got it. Thank you. And we also have the question how the advertiser can add the funds on the platform RichAds. You can add funds with a credit card, with a wire transfer, and with a wallet, with a capitalist. Okay, and maybe it will be the last question, but if we don't answer all questions, we will send the answers via your email. Okay, and the last question will be, now I will find. What is the best geo for beginner? For beginner, I can say that it will be usually better to chat with the account manager to understand what geos and what verticals are the best now. As you don't have any experience, our managers will be also glad to help you. As you're a beginner, it can be something like cheap geos, like tier 3, maybe India, Indonesia, Vietnam, something like this. And you can start with the best verticals. And we will be also glad to help you. Okay, before we finish, I'd like to announce the bonuses. RichAds gives a special bonus only for webinar viewers, a 10% bonus to the first deposit to all new advertisers at RichAds that will register after the webinar. Use the promo code TRACKING2022. Volume gives exclusive bonus for webinar attendees. Scale plan for $249 during months instead of €299 a month. Contact David for a personalized deal. You can see his contacts on the slide. Don't worry if you didn't write down or make screenshots of the emails and so on. We will send you all the information and contacts plus the webinar recording tomorrow. Only check your email. And we are always welcome to answer your questions. So many thanks again for being with us today. We plan our next webinar on 19th of May, and we are going to talk about sweepstakes with guys from Omidia. Waiting for you at our next webinar. Bye-bye and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.